let's move on because you and I have had some conversations and dialogue about some potentially radical shifts in the landscape that are pending over the next 1, 2, 3 years.
True,
Can
true.
and some of this is kind of some of it we know a little bit about, but a lot of it is still in flux. And as with lots of government regulation shifts, there's stuff in the courts now and all that kind of stuff. So, can you walk us through some of that?
And happy you asked. So at the time of this recording, this is what we know. So on August 16th, 2024, I mean, things are changing rapidly. So, this would have been very different 3 weeks ago than it is today. So please keep that in mind. But here are the changes that we know so far. So the first one, and I will say too, they're all very positive at this point. There's always going to be some unfortunate, unintended consequences with some of these decisions, but I think they're all very positive. So the first one is they're actually
Positive and government regulation don't seem to go together in my mind, Jason, but I'm going to take your word for it and
yeah,
act on faith here.
yeah.
I'm listening with skepticism.
Agreed, agreed. As well as you should, as well as you should. But so the first one would be that there's now going to be a $2,000 cap on drug spending for the Medicare beneficiary. So
Hmm.
whereas before, there was four different stages of drug coverage, and once you get to 8,000, then you hit your catastrophic coverage, and you don't pay anything else. So this upcoming year, starting next year, there's going to be a $2,000 cap,
Hmm.
which is great because I have a lot of clients who take 10 or more medications, and it's very very good to have the $2,000 cap.
Right. Right. That means though that those insurance companies have got to do they get to raise the premiums? Because I mean, if you're saying the old cap was 8,000 and the new cap is 2,000, that says to me that the insurance companies are eating $6,000 more per person risk, and you can't do that for free.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a great question. And so this is where it kind of becomes